out. First winner, Cooper Teare. He ran in the slower section of the 800, but he won it. He ran 147.9. Again, would have loved to see him in the faster section, but the faster section wasn't much quicker at all. Brandon McBride ran 147.39 in that. So safe to say, Teare would have held his own in that field as well. So he ran well. But the other reason why Cooper Teare was a big winner is you click over to the men's 1500 results because we've been waiting for somebody in the US to make a move, to make a statement, to do something in that 1500 because we know that Cooper Teare is versatile. We know he's good in the 15 and the 5. And you've made the argument, and I've agreed with you on this argument now, that the 15 might be the easier path. And it's becoming clearer and clearer that that is the case because you look at these results. His training partner, Cole Hocker, only gets third, and he's the first American. So we're just over 30 days to go until USA starts, and we only have a handful of guys with the standard in this event. The opportunities for more athletes to get the standard is dwindling. And of the athletes who do have the standard, you have to like Cooper Teare's chances in the 1500 against all of them. Cole Hocker, his teammate, he's beaten, just got third. Colby Alexander, Matthew Centrowitz, who we haven't seen this year, Wynn, and Johnny Gregoric. That's it. I mean, the Teare Hocker group right now represents 33% of all of the World Championship standards in the U.S. And Teare has done well against Hocker. So between what he did in the 8 and what happened in the 1500, things are looking good for Cooper Teare in the 1500.
Yeah, they're looking good, but I just was discovered this last night because I was texting a coach and I was talking about USA's 1500 5K. Cooper Teare actually is going to have a really hard decision because I thought the 5K was before the 1500, but the 1500s are before the 5K at USA's, meaning he has to be like, he needs to decide, like, am I going to do this 1500? Because I'm going to, potentially hurt my 5K chances by going into the 5K not 100% fresh because you'll have
Right.
to do two 1500s before the 5K. So it's like it's a weird catch 22. You know you have a better shot in the 15, but going for it will make your shot in the 5K even harder. And if you want to
Yeah.
make it in the 5K, you want to give yourself the best opportunity. So if you're his coach, if
But
you're
that's,
him, if you're the little thought in his head, what are you whispering to in his ear right now?
I think his better chances in the 1500. So you're saying that his better event comes first. That's what everybody wants if they're doubling. They want their better event to come first because they don't want to go in tired to their best event. I think the pre 2022 way of thinking was that Teare is 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 guy, but he clearly is awesome at the 1500 too. And he clearly has a better opportunity just with the competition. If you take the top 3 guys, who are the top 3 guys right now in the men's 5,000 in the US, would you say? Let's just
I
say
mean,
Chalimo, Fisher, Kincaid.
yeah,
Put those 3 up against who are the top 3 in the men's 1500 in the US right now. Hawker's got to be one of them. And then who else? Who else do
that's
you
it.
feel as good as you feel about those 5,000 guys? So I get what you're saying, but I think you almost have it reversed. I think it's good that the 15 is going to be first because I think that's clearly his best chance at making the world championship team. And I think Thursday night just proved that further.
But here's the thing: your best chance is from our perspective. Athletes have different brains, man. They think differently. They're great because of the way they think differently. And there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be Cooper Tier could be like, why are you settling for the 15? I'm gonna make the 5K team. That's what I'm good at. And there just could be that overconfidence, and that can cause you to make this because we're looking at it very democratically, very like no emotion, very like we don't see any of the workouts, like no
Yeah,
influence, right? We're just thinking like,
sure, sure.
hey, 5K is harder than the 15. But if you're a professional athlete and you're one of the best, you're not trying to dodge competition and be like, oh, what's my easiest route? You're just thinking like, what do I think I'm best at? And if you think you're best in the 5K, I mean, this is what happened to like Kate Grace. Kate Grace should have ran the 800, but she's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I believe I'm a 1500-meter runner. And then she went for the 15 and she didn't make the team. Um,
Sure,
but, you know, so
but they can read descending order lists and they can look at results and they can look at who has the standard and who doesn't. And I think in this case, it's just clear. Let's talk about his number one threat in the 15, which is Cole Hocker. I was surprised that he got third in this race. Gordon finishes behind Neil Gorley and behind Sam Tanner. Those two guys ran 335. Cole Hocker ran 336. I know, stunning, shocking that it was a 335 1500-meter race with high-level athletes in the United States. Completely could not have predicted that finishing time at all. But what do you make of Hocker's season so far? Knocked out some standards, did that 4 by mile attempt where he wasn't pleased with his split. Obviously, Teare ran faster than him there, and then now he's getting beat by two guys that he's ranked ahead of.
well, I think the issue with Hocker is like there's no like avalanche of US 1500-meter talent trying to knock him off the mountain, right? Centro hasn't run. So like there's really no like he's running
His
well, but
teammate,
there's not that pressure. But the pressure is coming from a 5K runner, his teammate, right? So it's just a weird situation where he's kind of unintentionally settling in my mind. I don't think he's actively settling, and I'm not trying to use it as a criticism. I'm just saying, like, if he was, I truly believe if Cole Hocker was a 100-meter runner, he would be running faster. If that makes any sense.
what
I
do you
know that
mean?
might sound
What?
weird. Just the
That doesn't make
competition
any
is so
sense.
bad in the U.S. that like it's
But hold
kind of
on,
hard for
hold
you.
on, hold 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 on. He needs to stop thinking about the U.S. though. I don't think he's just thinking about the U.S. Look at where he finished in
You
the world
naturally do
last
though.
year.
You
And
naturally
you
do.
can't,
It doesn't matter.
if he's thinking medal, you got to be able to beat Sam Tanner and Neil Gorley. If you're going to bridge the gap to Ingebrigtsen, Chariot, Kipsang, Kerr, you can't lose to that next tier of runner. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but at a young age, you're still just in the mode of make teams, make teams. That's the most important weekend. The most important weekend is USA's. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep making
Yeah,
teams.
I get that.
And like, I mean, maybe Hawker's thinking, oh, I got 6. I'm gonna get a medal. Like, yeah, I'm sure that's like, but I think that's like the secondary goal. I think the primary goal is make another team. Like that's more important than. I mean, obviously, it's just like you got to do that.
Yeah, I'm
There's
not saying.
no other,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm not saying his future is written by his performance at the USATF Distance Classic. I'm just saying it's weird to see him lose this race against this level of competition. Now, really, what has he run the last couple of years? Because he's coming out of college, so he ran a lot of races in college against Teare or top flight collegians, where he would usually win or finish top 2 or 3. Ran the trials, ran at the Olympics, and then earlier this year, Milrose, he got beat in that race, the Beamish race, and then he goes to Spokane for U.S. indoors and wins both of those. So you're right. You're right. Like he's just been basically dominating the competition on the U.S. side of things. I was a bit surprised, and that's why it rolls into the whole Cooper Teare winning this meet idea, is because Hocker looks beatable. Hocker looks beatable because yes, he beat all the Americans, but Tanner and Gordley are good stand-ins for how Americans would run, right? Like that's not Ingebrigtsen and Cherry out there. Those two guys.
The best situation that I want to happen, I mean, this is not going to happen, but this is what I would love, is for Teare to win the 1500. And for some weird ass reason, it wouldn't happen. Hocker gets 4th. And then basically Teare says, don't worry, Cole. I'm going to qualify in the 5K and I'm going to scratch the 15 for you. And so Cole just gets to watch his best bud be like, go, man, win the 5K for me. And then scratch this 15. And then we both get to come back to Eugene. That's what I want to happen. I want someone to run for another athlete by, making it in a second event so they can scratch the other event so the 4th place finisher can then become top 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, But
That's
we'll
that's the
talk more
least
about that
interesting
as we get in.
that's the least interesting way to think of it, but I'm glad you